Hi, this is a quick review demo about the light pedal by Gamechanger Audio. Gamechanger is a small company from the east of Europe and they offer innovative products like this spring reverb. As you can see, it's a very big pedal and it feels very heavy and well built. It's 8 knobs on one foot switch and two switch, and it's a new type of spring reverb. You have the spring reverb, but you have an optical in it, and it sounds really different, and you can combine them, etc. So let's see how it sounds. So you have two main sections, the regular spring and the optical one. The three first mode is for the optical one, and the three last are for the spring, but you can combine them. I will show you this later. So first let's use a really simple glitchy sound for test it, and we're going to use more complex sound later. Simple drum reading. So you need to understand the interaction between the drive and the optical or the spring. First we are going to see the optical one or going to show the regular spring after. So the drive is how many you drive the spring. So past middle of the knob it can start to resonate, or you have a very long tail. The dry is the quantity of dry signal you want. You need to keep in mind the light pedal is not so heavy in sound, so it's better to keep it low for the start, for you better understanding of the sound, on right after I will crank it up. And the optical is the quantity of the optical sound you have at the wet signal. So as you can hear, increasing the drive. Increasing the tails. So, in the first mode, in optical mode, the control knob controlling which sensor you're hearing. And you can use expression pedal or CV to control this or other parameter, but you need to read the manual for that. Let's use all the sensor. So right after this stage, you have a tone stage, so you can, it's a high pass to the right and low pass to the left, so you can. And after that, you have the get one. So at the left, it's taking the reverb at the same time as the sound, and at the right, it's a ducking effect. And that's really useful for drums. That's why I really like to use it for drum, because you can easily building some texture under it or between your drum you have, and that's really nice for field sound, etc. So let's bring back to normal. All right, so now you have already hear the sound of the optical. Let's quick going to these two small switch. The first thing is for ledge, if you want to have the ledge button, and the first one, sorry, is for the tail. Is just if you want, when you off the reverb, the tail of the reverb just continue on, not stop drastically. So the two other modes for the optical, the first is just controlling which sensor you're using. For the second one, it's a sweep one, so can sound really nice. And the last one is a tremolo one with the same idea, where the control knob is the speed of the effect. So that's all for the optical one. Let's go into the spring, the original spring. Let's use for now no effect on it. It sounds more like a regular spring reverb. As for the optical, you can use a drive for drive the spring more or less. You can use a tone knob, and you can use a gate knob. And of course, you can combine some spring sound with some optical one. Alright, so now let's see, let's cut the optical, reduce the spring, and the drive, the gate, and the tone at none. And let's try the 3 mode for the spring. You have reflect. This is basically like a delay when the sound is feedback to the reverb, and the control knob control the speed. The second one is a feedback, so the control knob controls the feedback going to the spring. You can have really nice feedback tone with this, and don't forget you can mute the dry. And the last one is harmonics. It's like a shimmer reverb, but we are going to see that after when we aren't using drums sounds. So let's try more complicated drum sound and see how it can sound. So now without kick drums, this is totally dry. Let's introduce a light pedal for fill the gaps. Let's use a sweep one. Without. With the kick. The kick not going to the spring reverb, of course. Without. Please. Let's try other settings. Of course, here I'm showing you some extreme effect, but it's really shine when you use it wisely and very small for just fill the gaps on the drum, etc. So I think it's already nice for you have a better idea on how it can sound and work on drums. So let's see now with more drone or synth sounds. So let's hear it now with more synth sound. I will use a really simple low pass sweep for illustrate that, and we are try for first the optic one. So here is a dry sound, really simple. But with drone or thin sounds, the two other modes will shine sweep and tremolo. Let's try sweep. Only the wet signal. And we can gate it. Or sidechain. This is just a white sound. Alright, so let's switch to tremolo. As you can hear, it's easy to add some really nice texture to your sound with this pedal. And now let's back to the spring, regular spring reverb, and try for a reflect. So it's a really simple delay, so it would not really shine with this type of sound. But right after, we're going to try feedback on last the harmonic one. So. Alright, so let's try feedback once again. Oh, it's already safe oscillating. And last but not least, the harmonic one. the 1 octave up, or I'm not sure if it's 1 octave, but you can change this with the control knob. And one of the things you can do is combine the optical and spring effect. So let's try a sweep on the synth sound with the optical one first. Not bad. And we'll push the switch foot and switch to, for example, harmonics. The control knob now controls the harmonics. So we can now hear only the spring and bring back the sweep effect we have before. And with that, you can really create some complex texture. So, I hope it will help you to understand how it can sound and how it works. I have perhaps forget to talk about one or two things, and one is the shock sensor. You have a shock sensor in it, so depend of the selected low, medium or height, you can shock it for create sound or not, and it can be useful on stage. So if you have any question, feel free to leave a comment.